Hello, hello. This is Tommy Thomas coming to you again from T-ster Talk. Welcome to my channel. Uh, I wanted to talk about a legendary actor, James Earl Jones. Man, this guy was everything. I mean, everything, right? I mean, that voice. I mean, he commanded an audience, right? I mean, he would get you straight in a second. James Earl Jones died recently, September 9th. And it was just one of those things that hit you because you always think of him, at least for me, I grew up in the 70s, right? He was the voice of Darth Vader. I mean, the guy, you should see the actual video of the man who was playing Darth Vader. The way he sounded is horrible, right? They did the right thing. They got a voice that is legendary. You see that dark mask, you see that black uniform that he has on, and that all that. I mean, his James Earl Jones's voice resonated that. I mean, that's just the bottom line. He got paid very little for it, right? But it just transcended. I mean, and then years later, we knew it was his voice. But when they started, first off, no one knew. He was in Conan the Barbarian. I mean, he was one of those leaders of the opposite thing that they had for snake worshiping against Conan. And I mean, he really really laid it out. I mean, he was just a great actor. Obviously, most people know him for Coming to America, also, right? I mean, you look at he was king, right? He had that lion wrapped around his shoulder on his suit and dressed to the T, and he stepped out that limousine with that music playing. I mean, you knew he was coming with it, right? He had the attitude, he had the personality, he just had everything. And yeah, it was a long journey with him, right? He just had so many things that he did, on and off the screen, right? I mean, his voice was used for CNN. This is CNN, right? I mean, he had it, right? And you heard that voice, and you just knew it was James Earl Jones. He played a lot of characters, right? Obviously, I mean, he just did a lot of things. But most importantly, we have lost a lot of legends in the black community as far as actors. I mentioned John Amos just recently died in my other segment. Obviously, James Earl Jones. I mean, wow. I mean, that's just two great people right there off the bat, right? I know he lost Frankie Beverly as a singer. Rest in peace to all these people. Um, they were all great in their own rights, right? It was just, but James Earl Jones, he played in a lot of movies that probably a lot of people didn't know. I mean, I just mentioned the ones that people mostly know. For me, there was a lot of movies he played that were just, not. Well, I guess they were top level movies, but a lot of people weren't aware of it. But he was in The Hunt for Red October. Always played this general, right? Not a general, but he worked in the office. He was just the president's office. He was just the stuff, right? He was in charge. He let you know he was in charge, and his acting skills were just phenomenal, right? And he's done so many other things. I'm pretty on Broadway, teaching classes. He was professional. He got all the accolades over the course of his life, and it's just wonderful to know that I came in an era that all these people, the great actors, came along with. And I got a chance to see, and I know there were people who were way before me who witnessed some other things, but James Earl Jones, I mean, Star Wars was just my favorite um, um, movie because it was just nothing like Star Wars. When I first got my ticket when I was a kid in Omaha, Nebraska, it was 1977, and the line was wrapped around the corner. I mean, imagine that. It was wrapped around the corner, and you stayed in line to make sure you got that ticket. And obviously, Harrison Ford is one of my favorite actors. Obviously, he played Han Solo in there. But James Earl Jones's voice, with being that Darth Vader, it just tied those two together, in my opinion. Obviously, he played in a lot of other movies, like I said. He did a lot of Broadway plays. He did a lot of commercials. He did voiceovers. Just a great person. I would have loved to have had a chance to meet him, but unfortunately that wasn't the case. When we have to hang on to memories of these great people that have come and gone in our lives, and we salute them. We try to give them their flowers. The fact that they took a chance back then when it wasn't easy for African Americans to get into acting in Hollywood, and there's still some struggles still going on to this day. So we commend people like John Amos and James Earl Jones, certainly, and a host of other men who have come along, and not only just in Hollywood, but just in television and film, exactly all over the world. It's just been a complete honor to just say that to watch his movies and all the things he's done. It just puts a smile on your face now looking back at his life. And he also did what the Coming to America too. I almost forgot about that. The remake they did, and he was obviously the Lion King, the voice. The king there. Notice he's always these kings, right? He's always in charge. But Mufasa. I mean, let's think about it. And he was the king in Lion King. Lion King was one of the great Disney movies. I believe they're coming out with a Lion King, another Lion King, but I don't know if his voice is being used in that. I'm not sure. I have to look that up. But if he was able to get in there at any capacity, it's a plus because he brought that kind of aura to him. And I salute you, James Earl Jones, for all you've meant for the community and what you did for us, and all the great shows and memories. So this will conclude this segment, and just say rest in peace. My condolences to his family, and condolences to all who really knew him, and just what a great joy it was. Anyway, you take care. Give me a like, give me a comment if you felt like James Earl Jones made a huge difference in your life, and maybe submit some of the things that you saw that he did great things in. He just was a wonderful man. Anyway, you take care, and God bless.